Hey everybody, Dawn here from Intermountain Health. We're going to move through a gentle yoga practice today, and it's about a 15-minute practice. Be sure that you have something to bring the floor a little closer. They may be yoga blocks. It may be something more like a stool or a chair. It's nice to be near a wall sometimes for some of the stuff that we're going to be doing. I'm also sitting on a blanket, and we use blankets a lot in this practice. If you have a pillow or bolster, that's another great thing to grab. So when you're ready to, take a comfortable seat. And as I said, I'm sitting up on a blanket that is folded, but you can be sitting up on a block or a pillow or whatever you happen to have. And then as you find a tall seat, just remember that how your seat looks does not need to be the way mine looks. So you might be even propping yourself up or just sitting in a different way. You might be sitting maybe on your knees with a prop underneath your hips, okay? Lots of different ways to make your seat comfortable, but that's the whole goal of our practice, is for this initial seat and the seat at the end to be easeful, okay? So as you rest your hands down, they can be palms up or down on your legs. Eyes can be soft. You're always welcome to close them, but you do not have to. Take a couple of deep breaths here and allow your exhales to help parts of you that are holding on to tension soften. Maybe the shoulders, maybe that's your hips or your low back. Maybe that's just your eyes or your jaw. Take a moment to let your breath help you release just a little bit more. And now with your next couple of breaths, tune into an intention for your practice. What brings you to your mat, or what brought you to turning on this video? Now bring hands to connect at heart center and gently press your palms together to lift your heart up just a little bit higher. As you exhale now, bow toward your heart. You might be touching fingertips to forehead, or maybe you're just simply letting your gaze draw down toward your fingertips. And then begin to lift your gaze, keeping your hands in this prayer position place, this Anjali Mudra. And now draw down with your hands a little ways. So your wrists are coming a little bit lower, but they're staying connected. Palms are staying connected. Fingertips are pressing together. And then draw your hands over to the right side of your chest. Put both shoulder blades on your back and turn your head over to the left. Tuck your chin down. And as you exhale, drop your chin in a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, hands to the left, gaze to the right, and drop your chin down. Use your exhale to help you drop in just a little further with your chin. Then inhale back to center. And as you release your hands down, this time turn your palms up on your legs and press down. And as you press down, spread your fingers wide. We're giving the tendons of our hands and just our palms a stretch here, reaching through your fingertips. Put your shoulder blades on your back. And now bring your hands back to connect, and we'll circle a few times with our arms. Inhale, arms circle up, and exhale, hands back to your heart. Inhale, circle up and around, and exhale, hands to your heart. One more time. Inhale, circle up and around, and exhale to your heart. And now take right hand across to your left knee, your left shin, your thigh, wherever it needs to be. Left fingertips behind you to help you press down and find more lift and length through your spine. As you exhale, you're drawing ribs in to maybe twist a tiny bit more. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, take that twist across to the right side. And remember, you can have your hand wherever it needs to be comfortable for you. Right fingertips behind you to help you press down to sit tall, lengthen your spine. Then it's your ribs drawing in that help you to twist versus twisting from the low back. Inhale, come back into center. Hands work out to your knees, and we're moving through our spines gently in a cat and cow. So tilt your belly forward on the inhale, lift and open the heart. Exhale, press the spine back. Inhale, belly forward, heart forward. Exhale, spine presses back. One more big breath. Full inhale and exhale. Now inhale, coming up to a tall spine, we're going to shift forward onto our hands and our knees. And as you come to your hands and knees, one of the ways that you can use your blanket is to cushion your knees a little bit, especially if you have any tenderness there. And then set yourself up, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And from this place, we're finding a rotation of elbow pits forward and even a rotation of the biceps out. This is our external upper arm bone rotation. And push, expand into the upper back. And now we're going to do a little hip movement here. So reach back with the right leg. You can always put your toes right on the ground here for a little more stability, or you can lift your leg up and bend your knee. Either way, we're tilting up with our right hip, turning open. So that might be toes on the ground, lifting your hip, okay? Take a big breath wherever that is for you. Take a full inhale, grow longer through your spine. Exhale, push more through your hands for stability. On your next exhale, you're releasing your knee back to the ground. Inhale, reach back with the left leg. And same thing, you can tuck your toes and put them on the ground, or you can lift your leg up, bend your knee, then turn open. Whichever way, find that opening through your hip. Press with your hands, take a full big breath. And then exhale, set your knee down. And now this time we're gonna step our right foot in between our hands. If you have props, this is a really nice place to go with your fingertips on blocks. Or you can always have a chair or something in front or beside you, okay? So tuck your back toes under and work your back knee, your left knee, further back. So you have a little bit more length through that back thigh. Extend your heart further forward. Take a deep breath. And now we're going to take our hamstring stretch here. So I like to come up high on props. And again, a chair or a stool right close to you is a great place to put your hands. But then we're going to shift our hips back. And where your hips go is entirely dependent on how your back knee feels. So if it feels better to set your hips all the way back, you can. If it feels better to stay more lifted, you can, okay? You can also set something underneath your hips, like a block, okay? So pull toes back. Your right leg is straight. You're wrapping back and down with your right hip, but then sending sitting bones up. You're trying to create a lumbar curve. So as you send your sitting bones up, also move your front ribs and collarbones more forward. Take another deep breath right here. And then you're bending into your front knee. We'll set our hands and step back to your hands and knees. Pause on hands and knees to set yourself up, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and then move with your breath. Inhale, tilt sitting bones up, open the heart. Exhale, round upward through the spine. And then come back to a neutral place and step the left foot in between your hands. And again, props are a great way to go here, or use a makeshift prop. Right? So now tuck your left toes, just kidding, tuck your right toes under and work your right knee further back. So you have a little bit more length there through the back thigh. You're bending into your front knee. Think about allowing your shin to come more toward the center of your arch. Okay, so dorsiflexion there. Take a big deep inhale, grow longer through your spine. Long, slow exhale. And then work your hips back, front leg towards straight. You might adjust there, either forward with your front heel or further back with your hips. Find what works in your body. Use the props that you need. I like to stay lifted. You can use your hand on your thigh. Tendency there is to push the knee down. So we try not to push the knee joint down, okay? We're gonna keep a little lift with it. So pull back with your toes, wrap back with your left hip, and then extend forward with your ribs and collarbones as you try to stick your sitting bones further up. You're tilting the belly down when you do that, okay? Take a big, full, deep inhale and exhale in and out of your nose. And now bend into your front knee, set your hands, and we'll settle back one more time. This time we're gonna take a child's pose. So big toes together, knees wide if that's comfortable, and settle hips back all the way towards your heels. Head is settling down. And you might set your head on a prop. You might set your hips on a prop. Take a big deep breath. And now gently press yourself up to your seat. And we're gonna come all the way down to hips. So let your hips shift off to one side, legs come out into the front. And then we're gonna lay all the way onto our backs. I'm gonna turn sideways, hopefully that gives you a little bit better visual. I have props handy as I lay down, footprints are to the ground. And I'm gonna take just one stretch before we settle into a brief shavasana, a brief resting pose, okay? So from here, let's take right ankle over left knee, and you might stay right here with your legs in this figure four, or you might lift your legs up towards your body. Feet have a little action. Take a full big breath. And then set left foot down and right foot down. And then cross left ankle over right knee. Lift legs towards your body, or keep your foot on the ground. Either way, you get to tune into your hips and how they feel, your glutes, maybe your IT band. Lots of things can show up in this stretch. Full big breath. And then set right foot down and left foot down. And now we're grabbing our props here. I'm going to use my pillow or bolster. You can use whatever you need to set yourself up really well for a rest. So I'm setting something underneath my thighs. This is a great support for hamstrings. You can use a roll of blanket, a pillow. You can use a couple of blocks if you have them, whatever you need. Let your arms relax and rest. Let your head relax and rest. Let your whole body settle into the ground. Take another full, deep inhale and exhale in and out of your nose. And then gently draw your knees up towards your chest. Rock a couple of times side to side. And then roll over to one side. Use your arms for support to push yourself back upright, trying to use as little core strength as possible. And then come back to that comfortable seat for yourself. And hopefully now it's a little more comfortable. As you bring your hands to connect at heart center, take a moment to let your breath be long, slow, and deep. Set an intention to find another time during your day to pause, maybe do some movement, take some full breaths. Have a very peaceful, beautiful rest of your day. Namaste. Thanks, everybody.